Is this it? We pretending the last stream just never happened. You didn't see it. You didn't see it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our match reactions. Celtic 3, Hearts 1, and they make it look oh so easy. I'm pretending here that I'm not just reciting the exact same intro I tried to give 5 minutes ago, but you know what? Even when we go a goal behind, Celtic still make short work of the opponent. They still get on with business as usual, and they still make short work of everyone at hand. It doesn't matter if we concede first. It doesn't matter if we concede early on. You know, we done it against St Mirren at the weekend, won 5-1. We done it tonight against Hearts, and we still won the game 3-1. Even in the moments of adversity, and even when there's a wee bit of shakiness in the squad or whatever's happening on the pitch, we still managed to get the win. And you know what? I'm happy for ANGE. I'm happy for Celtic, because on game number 100 for the manager, game number 100 for Ange Postecoglou, we managed to win the game, which is fantastic. There was probably a few people who were having doubts as the first half kind of went on or whatnot. But you know, I had no doubt in my mind, even when we were 1-0 down, that Celtic would pull back the game and we'd just get on with it the way that we normally do. We're just that kind of well-oiled machine at the moment, and the results keep coming. And you think about it now, we have 10 games left in the season, which obviously includes the post-split fixtures. 10 games left in the season. We're 9 points clear, 27 goals clear of Celtic. So, Celtic, yes, what a job that'd be. 27 goals clear of Rangers. You know, we're very much we've got one hand on that trophy, haven't we? And it looks as though it'll be coming back to Celtic Park. But there's still work to be done. And there's still imperfections in place, but we're going to talk about it all tonight on a live match reaction. Yes, normally I don't go for the live reactions, as you all know, but I thought we'd have a wee bit of chat. I've not done a live stream in a wee bit. I also got home a little bit later than I normally would, and I didn't want to upload it really late. So I wanted to talk about the game. I've got to get you guys involved as it goes on. How mad is it though? Can we just start off the stream with saying 100? I'm just seeing Warhog here putting in 100 with exclamation marks. Can we just acknowledge that for a moment? 100 games as Celtic manager for Ange Postecoglou. 100. It's is it just me, or is time flowing? I mean, time flies when you're having fun. We all know the saying, but to reach 100 games now, it feels like yesterday he was appointed as manager. None of us knew who he was, and we were ready for this unexpected adventure with Ange Postecoglou. And I don't think any of us imagined that 100 games later we'd be in the position we are right now with a squad which is much loved by all of us, more loved than probably any squad in recent times. If you told me where I thought we'd be in 100 games time under Ange Postecoglou, I certainly wouldn't be thinking we're going for our second consecutive title. We'd be on, you know, the march for a treble, and we'd have signed all these brilliant exports from around the world. I really couldn't have predicted what has come in these 100 games, and it's a lovely way to kind of top all of that off with a win tonight against Hearts. So first half, we'll get it all done, and we'll get into your comments. We'll drag you guys into the stream, and I'll ask your questions and look at your thoughts. I'll do as I normally do. First half, of course, we didn't start off the greatest. Hearts took the lead really early on with that Giannelli goal. It was checked for being onside or offside. Decision ruled it was onside. The goal was given. Sadly enough, Andy Halliday on the assist, but you know, as I said, I didn't really feel like we'd be in a position where we'd struggle for the rest of the game, despite Hearts being, you know, the third best team in the country, and they can be a difficult nut to crack at times. I just never really thought that we'd struggle to get back in the game, and you've seen that with the chances we had. You know, we should have really taken the lead before Hearts even got their goal. Dyson Maeda had a massive chance in the opening minutes of the game that he put wide, and he should have really scored that. In the form that he's been on the last couple of months, you'd expect him to bury it every day of the week, and I think he kind of gave himself a headache with it, because he could have easily squared it, and we could have probably scored from that. But he decided to take on the shot, which I think there was a probable chance, like an equal chance of scoring a goal as well, and he missed. So it wasn't the best start on that front. We then conceded, but we just rallied back together. The troops managed to find the rhythm that we normally get into. And we found the equaliser through Dyson Maeda on the 25-minute mark. A lovely cross from Kyogo, a lovely finish from Dyson Maeda. Once again, just like Hearts' goal, checked for being onside or off. Clearly onside. I'm not going to get into the broken record side of things. I can't really be bothered rehashing the same conversation about VAR and the time it takes to check decisions and the decisions they're actually checking. It feels like I'm stunned that the other goals in the game, and well, Hax's was checked, wasn't it? But it feels like they're literally just checking things for the sake of it now. It was clearly onside. And I don't know if there's a touch of this. I think that the linesmen are actually scared of making the wrong decision now. And they're just throwing their flag up for the sake of it, just in case they've missed something. Oh, it's okay. We've got a camera to rely on. That'll correct us. That shouldn't be the way that the referees and the linesmen are treating these games. But I do feel like that's what's happened at this point. He shoved up the flag just in case. Oh, the camera will keep me right anyway. That's not what VAR is there for. VAR is there to check clear and obvious errors. And Dyson Maida's goal was not clear or obviously offside. It should have never been up for question. But the goal was given, and that's the good thing. Also, thank you, Ian, for the donation. It is much appreciated as always. And yes, I probably do need more equipment after that disaster of it. It never happened, okay? It never happened. Nobody's seen it. So we took the lead. We equalised in the game. And then I thought the rest of the first half we were in control. I didn't think we were our normal selves throughout the first half. I did think that we were a little bit off the pace from what we normally are like. I think we were a wee bit sluggish in certain areas, but we still controlled the game. We still had more chances. And it still gave me the faith that going into the second half that we would find our way in the game. We should probably highlight a couple of things from that first half that I haven't spoken about already, and that was the changes that Ange made to the starting 11. It was nice to see Tony Ralston back. It's obviously been a long time since we've properly got to see Tony Ralston. He was back in. And of course the other big change and noted change was Bernabei in at left back for Greg Taylor. Now, Greg Taylor wasn't even on the bench this evening, so touch wood, everybody, there's nothing serious on there, because I must admit, Bernabei, I don't think he was awful this evening, but he doesn't fill me with a lot of faith. I think there's still areas of his game that need to be worked on, need to be polished up, and not having Taylor does become a little bit of an issue. So let's hope it's not all that serious. He wasn't on the bench. Ralston coming in, it's going to be a climb for him to get back to the Ralston that we kind of got to know and love before the injury. I thought he was a bit slow tonight. I don't think it was necessarily bad. He was still giving it his all. He was panning his arse in. He was really trying. But I just thought he looked a little bit off the pace, I think. There was just something, or there was Ange's, I've not seen the post-match, so thank you very much. Good to see that. Taylor will be fine for Saturday. He's not going to come back into the team and be this amazing player just after a long layoff like that. But I still think he looked a little bit off the pace. It looked as though he kind of lost a yard of pace or so. He kind of struggled to get to a couple of balls here and there. But, it'll be good to see Johnson and stuff back in and Blake bringing up the obvious overhead kick, nearly spectacular from Ralston, which would have just been the story of the game had it went in, but sadly it didn't. I think that was the only area that throughout the first half and maybe throughout the game that I thought we kind of lacked in, and that was the full-back areas. I thought we lost what Taylor and Johnston bring to the team, and that's so important what they bring to the team. But Johnson will need to get back up. Ralston will have to get back up to speed with being out for so long. Bernabei almost feels like he's in a similar situation, but being out for so long for different reasons, he's not really had a chance. So to come in out of the cold and then to try and get a good performance, it's never going to be easy, especially for someone settling in this first season, coming from all the way over from Argentina. I hope he does come good at some point. Just tonight probably wasn't the performance that most hoped for when we seen those changes. But other than that, I thought first half we did show signs that the goals would come in the second half, and so they did. We did find our second goal in the 60th minute mark. Kyogo got his 20th league goal of the season. Madness. His 20th league goal of the season for Kyogo. Brilliant assist once. Aaron Moy, the passes he can pick out, the things that Aaron Moy can do, once again, I sound like a broken record, I've mentioned it time and time again. Brilliant. Kyogo gets the goal, 2-1 up. There's no, usually when you're 2-1 up in a game, right? When you're 2-1 up in a game, sometimes nerves kick in as a fan. Sometimes you get that kind of unsettling nerve in your stomach going, well, it's not over yet. Things can change. I just knew we were going to see out the game. We made changes. They were very good changes, effective changes, I thought. I thought everybody done their bit coming off the bench. I thought Awata was good, but the main man, my man, Sead Haksabanovic, with an absolute scorcher of a goal. You love to see it. I will be falling asleep with On the Floor on repeat tonight after that finish from Sead Haksabanovic. And props and massive credit for Jota in this second half as well. I thought he was really important in both the second. Was it the second or third goal? I can't remember what goal it was, but Jota was great. But Haksabanovic's finish, unbelievable. And TJ's pointing out something. He always seems to do it against Hearts, doesn't he? Brilliant finish. And the questions are being raised now on social media. Should Hacks, I get, his deserved start in the next few games? I hope he starts on Saturday. It's my birthday on Saturday. If there's only one way to repay me with that, Hacks, with that Celtic. Give me a birthday present. Hacks is starting on Saturday. He's worked very hard. He's been very unlucky. He deserves the start. Give him the start on Saturday. As Anthony Devine says, it could be my goal of the season so far. It could be up there with Dyson's goal at Easter Road. Yeah, I'm just chuffed to see him score. You know me, Hacks are loyal, Hacks are CSC. I'm buzzing to see him get his goal. So that wrapped it up. Second half, it was just business as usual for Celtic. 3-1. Dyson Maeda did go off. That was one of the talking points. Maeda went off with an injury, of course, throughout the game. And Ange, I did see Ange's comments on that. It will be assessed. They don't know the extent of the injury as of yet, but it will be assessed. So we'll just need to wait and see in the coming days. I have a feeling he might be rested on Saturday nonetheless. That does open up the window of opportunity now. That opens up the window of opportunity for Dyson Maida's spot to become available for Haksabanovic on Saturday's game. So, yeah, brilliant. And a £2 donation from Blake. Much appreciated, my man. I love that. Really stepped up the style in the second half. Absolutely. I thought second half, we really just got into the rhythm of things as we normally do. And we could have had another couple of goals in that second half as well. We were unlucky with a couple of our chances. And get it right up, Robbie Nielsen. I mean, you look at the stats from the game. I'm looking at it now. 70% possession, 11 shots versus their 5. We scored all of our shots on target right enough. But, you know, we were dominating. We were well deserving of a win. And it's one of those ones that just shows the great extent of attacking options that we have at the club at this moment in time. So, yeah, I'm very happy with how things went tonight. Another win for us. We remain 9 clear at the top of the table. Party time is very quickly approaching. Has Nielsen already been complaining? Love that. Can't wait to make another video on you, Robbie. Give me the content, you clown. Right, let's finish off the stream with 5 or 10 minutes of your points, your questions. I've kind of given everything. That's the whole point in doing these live streams. I like to get you guys. Yeah, Nielsen moaning about him not getting sent off. It was checked. What can he moan about? It was fucking checked. He's peace, Robbie. Anyway, well, I can't get rid of this comment now. Sorry, Jake. I don't mean to be sounding rude there. So yeah, let's get your questions, your points in to finish off the stream. We've got Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali himself. He's saying Bernabé just had his kid. Could that be the reason he was out for so long? I don't know. Speculation is the word that comes to mind. It could be anything. I think it was never going to be easy for Bernabé to settle in at Celtic. With it being such a big change, we never signed South American players. You know, it's very like that's what the first Argentinian player we've ever had. You know, it's crazy. So it was never going to be easy. I hope that just with time going by, we do get the player out of him that we know could be there. But it's obviously been sparing for him. The minutes he's had, he's been shoved in sporadically throughout the course of the season. So we're just going to have to wait and see. Fullbacks were rusty, but got better in the second half, says Chilpel. I agree. I think that first half, Bernabé looked a bit hopeless, but second half, I think he looked certainly a lot better. So, yeah, it's Hacks' word as well, just living in it. You're spot on, Daniel. I will lead this Haksabanovic cult with pride. I don't care. I love it. I will happily do it. DM McDonald says, Bernabé is fine going forward, but defensively, he's a bit dodgy, if you ask me. Not wanting to be harsh on him, though. I agree. I think that his defensive side of the game is the part that lacks the most. From what we've seen of him so far, but as I said, it has been sporadically, hasn't it? It's not really been enough consistency in his appearances, let alone his performances. So I think that judging him is really difficult, but I would agree with you. Mate, in saying that defensively, maybe that we'll see better from in the future from what we've seen right now. Thank you for the donation, Adam. Happy birthday on Saturday. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll hopefully have a good day if Celtic beat Hearts and go through to the semi-final of the Cup. Some clowns saying to get rid of Bernabei. He proved he will be a star of the future tonight. Wow, big claim from Pegleg. A big star of the future is a big shout, but I would say, I would think it's foolish to say get rid of him. I think that's very much a knee-jerk reaction to suggest, let's get shot of him. He's been here, less than a year. I think we've got to be patient. And Greg Taylor has worked his absolute socks off in that left-back position. It's hard to match yourself up to a player who's been arguably player of the year for Celtic. So it's never going to be easy. Awata is a baller, says Chillpill. Thought he was great. Thoughts on Awata, says Sam as well. Yeah, I thought he was brilliant tonight. I was impressed again, and every performance I've seen of him so far off of the bench, I've said the same thing. Looks a unit. Looks like he's very comfortable in that number 6 position. I'm really looking forward to seeing him next season. Not saying I don't want to see him anymore this season, but once he's had that summer to settle and maybe when we've figured out what the best sort of midfield three is and how he gets in more often, I'm really excited to see the development of him, and I think he could be a massive asset to Celtic, but I liked him. I will not be at Tynecastle, sadly. No, I will not. Will Ralston ever get any better than the best we've seen him already? I have my doubts, says Gary. Now, I'm not going to be harsh on Tony Boy. He's just back from injury, and we'll wait and see what happens. But I did make a comment to my mates tonight at the game. Also, thoughts to Kieran Auld, by the way. Bless him, wasn't there this evening. Boy's in hospital, so he's all right. Don't worry, he's fine. But just thoughts with him. But Kieran wasn't there, so David and Gary, my mates who were there with me this evening, I said to them, I was like, it's going to be so difficult for Ralston, I think, to get back to that level because the expectations are quite high for him now, when in the first place it was a big surprise to us all. So I really hope that people don't set their expectations too high for him to be disappointed and then say he's not good enough. We're just going to have to wait and see. We can judge it performance by performance, so we'll just have to wait and see. Aaron Moy just gets better and better, says Mikey. Yes, he does. He's unbelievable. He's like a fine wine. The older he's getting day by day, the better he's getting. Will Ange make it to 200 games as Celtic manager before a massive club comes calling? We're not going to manifest it, Nadim. We're not going to talk about it. Let's just enjoy him while he's here. Yeah, that's the thing. I think people are forgetting Ralston's only 23. You know what I mean? Like, 23 years of age, man. Like, fucking hell. What else? Let's see. Hopefully we see Bernard get a run of games, says Edward. Dear McDonald, as good as Maida's been, I can't emphasise it enough. Jota has to be on the left, just far more effective. I've always agreed with that. I do, but it's hard, isn't it? It's difficult because Maida's been so good, but I think that it's night and day when Jota's on the left. I really do. I agree with you, mate. I really do. Yeah. Okay, I think we'll leave it off there so that people can catch up and watch and it's not too long. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. We'll be back on the channel tomorrow for more digestion of tonight's result. I don't know what's going to happen with the podcast this week. As I said, Kieran's obviously on the sidelines at the moment, so we'll need to wait and see. But we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back previewing Saturday and then we'll be back on Saturday on my birthday. Have I mentioned it's my birthday on Saturday? So, yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me live this evening. Sorry for the technical difficulties earlier on if you were there. But yeah, thank you. Enjoy your evening and have a good sleep. Enjoy whatever you're doing tomorrow. I'll see you all next time. Cheerio.